Welcome back. John and Kendra Smiley are joining us this morning with a little parenting advice. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, let's get straight to today's question. My husband says I'm spoiling our son because I comfort him when he cries after my husband has set a firm boundary. Am I? What do you think?
Well, this is an interesting question. If you look at it closely, the son is crying after a boundary is set, not necessarily after a consequence is delivered. There's a couple of options there. One option is he's just extremely sensitive, and there are kids like that who, if you even get stern with them, it makes them feel bad. The other option, which I'm sort of leaning toward, is that he really thinks this is a great way to do what John and I call divide and conquer. If you can get mom to believe that dad was so harsh with that boundary that he set, then he's kind of divided the what should be united front. And I think what they need to do here is take a look at the motivation, try to discover that.
Right, I think mom and dad need to be detectives here and see. And so you ask yourself the question, does he cry after mom sets boundaries, or is it only when dad sets boundaries? And so if he doesn't cry when mom sets boundaries, which probably he doesn't, it doesn't sound like he does, then basically what you're looking at here is what Kendra and I say all the time, and that is how smart kids are.
Right.
And so what we have here probably, and I would diagnose this situation as a young man who is a great manipulator. And so what has he done? He's undermined mom's confidence already, right? I mean, he does this, and oh my goodness, mom doesn't know if you know, she's spoiling what's going on here. Her confidence is undermined. I'm not sure how to parent in this situation. And the son says, great, that's exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah, he's created a good cop and a bad cop.
That is absolutely right. So I would say that he is very smart. He's manipulating the situation, and mom and dad should sit down and talk about this and say, nah, you know, we're not going for this.
That's right. It's so important. It's so important for that child that they have a united front.
Right.
And you know, if they're not in agreement right away, go in the back room and discuss it. You know, are you being too hard? I really don't think so. And really, he's not responding even to a discipline.
And that's a great point, too, that mom and dad get together and talk about this, because sometimes a child can pull the wool over, like we say, of one of the parents' eyes. But it's real important that mom and dad get together and talk about it.
Right.
And because then they can help one another out. It's a great question. And so many times it helps if mom and dad will just sit down and look at the situation, and then they can come up with a solution fairly simply.
That's right. Need to get on that same page.
That's right. Exactly right.
All right. Great advice as always. And if you've got a tough question for the Smileys to tackle, send it over to their website, parentinglikeapro.com. And if we answer it here on the air, you'll get a free copy of one of their books. Well, thanks so much.